Good morning, darlings. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Is it good morning? It's a bit. Oof. I know I shouldn't have all this joy on my face, but I do because of the simple fact that being that I'm so deeply in debt right now. Oh, it's telling me to push buttons, and it's not going to listen to me when I do anyway. So For some reason, this is kind of weird. For some reason, my free government tracking phone, which I got, I don't know why. Yes, okay, fine. My free government tracking phone is inordinately concerned with whether or not I'm Navajo. Don't you think that's odd? I know I do. No, I don't think it's odd. It's just fucking bullshit, is what it is. More of the same systemic bullshit, Sometimes it just gets so much that it just becomes like a French absurdist film, and it becomes funny to me. And I know that a lot of people probably don't process stress that way, but that's how I process stress. Especially since I noticed this one time when a guy was coming after me with a knife down a hall, who was like in a K-hole and wanting to kill me because I closed my door of my bedroom at 2 p.m. and it was a bit too loud for him. He was coming after me with a fucking butcher knife, running down the hall, and I was trying to get into my door, and it was locked. So I was like fumbling, with the key and shit. And I just started giggling. I think it's a trauma response. It's a trauma response. That's all it is. Don't get mad at me because I'm not screaming in your face right now. All this is a trauma response. This is how I've learned how to deal with stress. Because otherwise, I have chest palpitations, and even though I'm ready to go whenever my body is done hosting this soul, which could be any minute, really. I was having a chest palpitation this morning while I was driving away from the street cleaning truck. So it happens. Death, life, really quick. And for that reason, giggling actually helps me cope. So don't get mad at me for coping. But the reason I wanted to post something today was because I know a lot of people are really struggling right now with everything. And something I read in one of the Buddhist books, I think it might have been in When Things Fall Apart, is that you just have to focus on the present moment in terms of like just now. I had worked, I had all this money sent to my PayPal account for working, which was then continuing to be hacked and draining funds from whoever was hacking my account, and money just kept disappearing even though I wasn't spending it. So, went and got dog food yesterday with half the amount of money that I thought I had, but I got 2 weeks worth of dog food. So that's good. Put $20 of fuel in the tank. So I was able to drive over here to where I'm about to go to work again today so that I have enough money to eat today after I work. Just for today. It's all about just for today. Just for today. So, because it was cheaper to buy 4 bags of dog food for 2 weeks rather than to buy just one at a time, I just bought 4 bags of dog food because one was free. If you buy 3, you get one free. So, so this is how the best way I have found to cope with having very little is to just kind of go, I've got enough food for today to eat. I've got dog food for Sadie to eat for today. I've got fuel in the tank that got me to this parking spot for today. I've got tobacco for today. I've got tea, enough for today. And I've got what else do I need? I mean, the sun's shining, which means the solar panels are charging and charging the phone. So, just focused on that right now, and not thinking about all the fucking bag fees that keep piling up every single time somebody tries to hack my account, and it goes to my bank to try to take the money, and then they give me another overdraft fee. That's all digital, blah blah blah. Digital. It's all digital money. It's not real money. It's digital money. So, whatever. I got enough for today. And doing this enough for today thing is what got me through, living with next to nothing for 3 years, I mean, there were times in Cincinnati where I was basically living on like $3 a day. This is before I found Sadie. So, I had a bowl of rice for dinner once. I would eat one bowl of rice a day, but I was living, I got through 2 winters that way, just finding sticks on the ground. And, I haven't had butane now for like 2 weeks. And, at first that became such a necessity, and now it's like I've forgotten about it. So you really can adjust much quicker than you think, than you give yourself credit for. If it comes down to it, you can be resourceful. You can creatively come up with solutions that you'd surprise yourself with. I'm so used to drinking my sun tea now that I can barely remember what it was like having a hot cup of tea. I mean, I could go find sticks and make fire, but it's not a good idea to do that in California, so I haven't really used my stove since I came back out west because of all the fires. So I just use the sun because there's plenty of that here. Ooh, Sadie. Okay, so just a quick note that, if you're stressing out and you're freaking the fuck out about future stuff, big, just focus on today. It's also a Reiki practice as well, to move up your chakras and just be like, I've got this for today. Especially in your root chakra. Spend a lot of time in your root chakra. Ground yourself out. Stand on the ground. Look at the sea. If you have access to looking at the sea. And just, know that you're safe inside of your body that has all the rights you could ever want it to have. It's like those Lenny videos, you know what I mean? It's like, here's your world. And don't feed the great behemoth all of its fear, because it wants you to feed it its fear. And if you don't, it can't get you. Telling you, man. They can't kill you if you're already dead. I keep telling you. It's all about controlling your own consciousness, Just staying in that little sweet spot where you are your own best mother. Because if I was in the same situation 10 years ago, I'd be fucking bawling my eyes out for weeks. I'd be laying around on the floor, like, cutting my wrists and shit right about now. But I'm not right now. Now I'm just kind of sitting here giggling. So, it's your choice. It's all your choice. Oh, follow up to the whole woo-woo, witchy woo-woo road trip thing, too. That guy with the hat, the general, who was all guilty and stuck in his own hell, who was attached to me for a little while there. And initially, as I thought, this is a really bad person, this is a horrible person, this is terrible, dark, negative energy. The less I was afraid of him, the better. And lo and behold, he was actually um, trying to help me, which is a really odd aspect to the whole haunting shit, is that a lot of times the darker energies are, they need to be able to do something for you as the living person that is positive, because in the effort of them doing something for you that is positive, it's easier for them to then cross over, because you've just given them like a step up by letting them help you. um because most of your experiences with closer, the more tied and connected you become with your soul and all the souls that you've ever been, the more you will see the thread of benevolence that runs through everyone at all times, in all places. Love. As much as I was punk rock and not into hippies, love really is the key, because that feeling of love and gratitude is what gives life to everything, you know? But you can't, you know, you can't discount the importance of the soil and the shit, because those are what fertilize life. Those are what kind of make you move forward, you know? In the same way that him and his presence and all that darkness and guilt was really, he needed to show me how to forgive myself too, because I wasn't fully forgiving myself for a lot of things that have happened with people in my life. Although I have not murdered 900 people, I definitely have some level of guilt. In the same way that the ghost that was stuck at Bleak House, who hung himself. Did I ever tell you guys that story? It's a great one. It's a good story. I don't know if I have the energy for it right now because I got to go to work, but I'll tell you the story of John next time. John, the guy who hung himself, who was, you know, accosting people. He was a very strong presence, very strong. He actually was able to convince other people to hang themselves for 15 years. Like, my old roommate had to cut down at least 7